Hi, everyone. Well, I have a confession that I need to say, make, whatever. This really did happen to me. And I'm not proud of it, but I did want to be honest. When I was a kid, I drank from a hose and I played in asbestos insulation and I also ate lead paint chips. So the government thinks Tylenol is the problem. I am fucking immortal. And also, my mom took Tylenol, and it looks like that's what caused the autism. Damn, that fucking Tylenol. Who would have known? Like, this whole time we've been talking about, like, biology and neurodiversity running in families, and this whole time it's been the fucking Tylenol people. Can you believe this fucking bullshit? By the way, the only thing that really did happen to me was I drank from a hose. I might have had a paint chip, but I can't tell if that's a dream or if that was really a memory. In other news, the regime is now warning parents not to let kids play with Legos because apparently stepping on one increases your child's risk of becoming emotionally unavailable. Also, turns out that if you say Wi Fi 3 times while microwaving a burrito, your child becomes left handed and starts asking questions about capitalism. You know what else causes autism? Being fucking born. Super high correlation there, fucking idiots. That's all I'm going to say about that because, I am pissed. That was not a song, but it almost sounded like one, didn't it? Oh my God, these fucking people in this country. If anybody has seen the news, and heard about the Tylenol issue, that's our fucking government, people. Run by toddlers and dumbasses and evil. Okay, moving right along. It's one thing to hear that grocery prices have gone up, and it's entirely different to see that shit in person. Like when I talked about last time, at Walgreens, their supposed sales were really just like the price before it went up, which is fucking weird to me that that was considered a sale. Um, but anyways, like we're at Wegmans and like stuff is usually a bit more expensive there just because of the kind of store it is or whatever. But like I was walking down the candy aisle and I happened to glance over and see like those nerd ropes with like the gummies stuff. It's like a long rope with like gummy and then nerds on the outside. That shit said it was like 234. $2.34 for a fucking rope that I can get at the Dollar Tree currently for half that. Even Walmart probably. Um these prices are fucking ridiculous. Coffee has gone up, just everything has gone up. And it's kind of surreal sometimes when I am thinking about the fact that none of this has to be happening, but that it was done on purpose and it's still being done on purpose. So I just have this, I don't know, I have this feeling that I did pre-pandemic where there's the urge to stock up on things because stuff is going to continue skyrocketing. Maybe some things will become unavailable, who knows. So it's not like we have tons of money, so we're having to be careful with like what we spend. But toilet paper, paper towels, water, laundry detergent, just like shit that is somewhat affordable right now and that's probably going to go up. Is we just want to, I don't want to have to go to any stores if I don't have to, basically. and I don't want to have to pay $20 for 4 rolls of toilet paper because that's my fear. And if you've listened to past episodes, you might have heard of me mention bathroom trauma one or two times. So having toilet paper is a must in this household. That is the first thing I stock up on is toilet paper because I gotta wipe my ass, you know? Well, anyways, so that's what we're doing. And it's not like doomsday stuff, or anything like that. I view it as just being practical right now because, like, stuff is going up by the days. So we're hitting up different stores for different products that we know are affordable that will likely increase. It's just, how is this life? This is not what I want to be spending fucking money on. Um, Not to mention just like the how increasingly unsafe it feels going out into the world. Like, I live in New York and we are not immune to the fucking fascism and all the bullshit going on. Obviously, with the grocery prices, yeah, but like those fucking people that call themselves ICE have come into the state and done damage. Like, it's just, this is all gross. And before you know it, like, you're not, it's gonna, I just don't want to, I don't know, I'm not trying to be like, we have to hide from everybody and never go to a store again. I just want to decrease our trips to stores. I don't even want stuff delivered here. Like, I just want to kind of put that all on hold right now because I don't know, I feel a little bit like well, I'm sure you're able to, I don't know what the word is. Maybe you know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, this is pretty weird and it's not normal and it's scary. And so in my mind, my wife and our house has to come first. Um and So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna move on. I don't know what else I was trying to say there, but that's what we're currently doing. If you've thought of it and you think it's weird, I don't think it is to stock up on stuff because, like, at least in America, all of the things are increasing. Oh my God! So like Campbell's soup, I used to hate canned soup until I had a hysterectomy. Like right before, I wasn't able to like eat very well. Like there was a fucking tumor growing in me. I was like benign, but anyways, so like my appetite was fucked up and I used to like I started eating Campbell's soup. It was like the homemade style, the condensed version. And I actually was like, oh my God, this, I love the taste of this. Like, it was so good. Even after my hysterectomy, I've had it like several times and I fucking love it. And Campbell's soup is like 99 cents a can, maybe $1.05 or some shit. Do you know that's up over $2 now too per can for a tiny ass thing of Campbell's soup? And so I had to make the unfortunate decision to just walk right by the canned soup and not get that. Walmart has it cheaper anyways. Don't worry. Once we get what we need from Walmart, that's the last time we're going there. This is just crazy shit. Like once Campbell's soup starts going up, you're fucked. And um what else was I gonna say? Oh, we also canceled our subscription to Hulu, Disney, HBO Max. I'm canceling my subscription to Paramount. I mean, it's ours, but I'm the one that watches it. As soon as the finale of Big Brother airs in a week, and I watch it, then I will be canceling my subscription because no thank you to these greedy motherfuckers. Okay. So anyways, um and then the only other thing I really have to say is like maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll make you laugh. It sure did not make me laugh in the moment. Um, I don't have much to say today. Maybe I'll be back on in a couple days with something else. Who knows? But anyways, I didn't want to end this on like a bitchy note. So a few days ago, I decided that I was going to take out one of our air conditioners out of like the library window. Um, because the temperatures are going down. We don't really need air conditioning in the house anymore because it's not humid. Um, and so for context, like this air conditioner is right, it's in the window where some bees have been living. So I have gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I've passed this AC unit and I have passed these fucking bees so many times when I've been mowing and doing other things. And it never dawned on me to like maybe take a closer look at the bee situation. But like in my defense, I told Alicia as well, and she didn't take a closer look at the bee situation. So like, I don't know how I missed this. But I decided to take that AC out and I totally forgot that there were some bees. Um, and so what happened was I started taking it out and it kind of got stuck a little bit, like halfway in, halfway out. And I was met with this huge cloud of what we now know to be as fucking carpenter bees. And oh my God, I can't remember the last time I got that freaked out. I started screaming, like with the window open, like with the bees coming in the fucking house. I think I froze for a few seconds too, so like more came in. And they were like pretty relentless. There were so many of them. So I was screaming and screaming and screaming because the bees were coming into the house. I was trying to pull the AC out of the window. Like, oh my God, it was ridiculous. The cats freaked out. They ran into the bedrooms. And I ended up getting the AC in, but like I dropped it on the floor. Thank goodness I didn't drop it on my feet. I just dropped it on my floor, on the floor. I shut the window and suddenly like there was a bee in my hair near my ear. I kept hearing buzz. So I started running circles around the fucking room, like trying to get this bee out of my hair. And then I'm like, is the bee in my ear? Is it in my ear? And so I started sticking my fingers through my fucking ears, like poking at them, like, is there a bee in here? Um, it all happened so fast. And then all of a sudden, I felt nauseous and the urge to vomit. And I had drank quite a bit of water throughout the day up to that point. So I ran to the nearest wastebasket we had, which was a little one in Alicia's room, and I just barfed up all the fucking water I drank. Broke the blood vessels around my eyes again because of the straining, and then like tore my throat because like it hurt for like a couple of days after that. Um and what the fuck was that? So like I started calling Alicia as I was continuing to barf up the water cuz she had just left to go get dinner, and thank goodness she didn't answer the first time because I was in the process of barfing, and then I managed to like dial, like hit the number again. Thank goodness she didn't answer at that time because I was still barfing. So, but then I stopped and then she called and I said, "You need to come home now. Like, there are bees inside the house and I don't know what to fucking do." And actually, I didn't say bees. I said wasps because I should have just said that at the beginning. I thought they were wasps. Um, this whole time, I thought they were wasps, not bees. You know what I mean? Like when I was walking past the window and stuff. Like, I didn't even look up. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this is just so weird. But anyway, I thought they were wasps. So I thought all the kids were going to get stunned and die because of me. And I was like, you need to come home and you need to kill these things. Um, so she came right home and that's what she did. And she's like, yeah, these look like bees. And then we looked right outside the window and in like the frame part of like the wooden frame part of the window on the outside, these fuckers have, you could just see a pile of like dust and they're all inside doing whatever. Um, and I'm sad to say that like I don't think I didn't do this, but Alicia murdered them. It wasn't me. I mean, I don't really like the idea of murdering like bugs or anything. But she was like, we only had so many cleaning products at the time, And so she looked up like I think it's called Fantastic is the that spray in the green bottle. She looked that up because we had two bottles of that. Does Fantastic kill bees? And she said she found the answer to be yes. So she grabs one of the bottles, and she goes out front to the side of the house and just starts shooting Fantastic at these fucking bees. There were so many, so many. And then, like, in my mind, all of a sudden, as the scene from My Girl popped into my brain. Did you ever read that book or watch the movie way back in the day with like Macaulay Culkin and Anna something? Um, Kieran, I don't know what her last name is. But and there was that scene where like, cuz he was so allergic to bees, and then they all like swarmed at him, and like um he ended up like dying, I think. Sorry I spoiled that. But that movie's been out for a while. That scene popped into my head, and I'm like, "Oh my god, like you need to get away from them. They're going to come at you." And they ended up being so freaked out that they were like more concerned about their home than attacking Alicia. And she just kept spraying and spraying and spraying and spraying and spraying. And they were dying, but not as quickly. And so I had to go get the second bottle because she emptied the first one. And I gave that to her, and she just sprayed and sprayed and sprayed until there was just like a mound of dead carpenter bees. And so, like, the next day, I'm looking out the window to see if I can see any, and sure as shit, there's still several of them, like, going in and out of the little hole that they created. I'm like, that's filled with chemicals. Like, how are you able to do this? And I kind of felt bad because, like, as I was watching her murder them, I could see that they were going back inside their home. I don't think just to hide, but to, like, save the other ones. Maybe this is just a story I made up in my mind. But it was a very weird situation, and it happened so quickly. And I never want to experience that again. Um, like, how have I missed an entire cloud of bees walking back and forth past that window? And why did I assume that they were wasps? I don't know. But anyways, that happened, and so it's kind of funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. Like, I'm sitting in Alicia's room, like in her chair, and I'm just watching these things like that came inside. They were like stuck on the window trying to buzz their way back out, and thank goodness they didn't come into the entire house. They just wanted to get back outside. But I was having thoughts of like, oh my God, the kids are gonna die because of this, because I wasn't smart enough, and they're gonna get stung and just die, and we're gonna lose our whole cat family. Um, Also, did anybody in the neighborhood hear me screaming? Because if somebody did, they didn't seem that concerned because nobody came to my rescue. Not that I wanted them to, because that would have been embarrassing, but I screamed really loud for a while. Nobody came to my rescue. I don't know what relevance that has, but anyways, this is the episode that I just did. Less than 20 minutes. You're welcome. That's really all I have to say is continue taking all the Tylenol that you need to, because Tylenol is not an issue. And be careful when you take things out of your window or open your window that you don't invite in a cloud of bees. I guess that's my advice for this episode. I actually wish I didn't say all of this just now, and I'm having the thought of not publishing, but that's like 20 minutes I'll never get back if I don't just publish this. So hopefully this was relatable in some way. And if anybody out there, on a serious note, if anybody out there is like feeling so just fucking angry about this whole dehumanizing autistic people bullshit, like, I'm right there with you. I am trying to turn my anger into some sort of humor because otherwise I think I'll get sucked into it. Like that, you know what? Does that make sense? Like I don't want to get sucked into my anger because when I used to work with people, like that's where the main source of my anger came from back in the day. I would get so sucked into it. I was such a negative person. Like I don't want to be that person anymore. So it's just weird. I don't want to ignore what's happening in this fucking country, but I also I don't know. I don't want to just be angry about it all the time and stew over it. So I don't know. Humor seems to be a bit better of an outlet for me than being angry is. So I guess that's all I wanted to say. Okay. Um, thanks for listening, I guess, and goodbye. Okay, goodbye.